So welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for joining today. Another mindful movement. And optional use of a block today, but it is not necessary. One or two. I'll be cueing just with one. And let's begin lying onto your back in constructive breath. So widen the feet about as wide with a bend in the knees. Bring the knees in to support each other. As you start to settle in, try to think about relaxing the body as much as you can. So that might mean wiggling the back of your head back, so the chin drops towards the chest. Wiggle your shoulders until they can relax comfortably on the ground. Take a few deep breaths and make sure that you're encouraging your rib cage and chest and belly to move freely. Notice the support of your pelvis being held onto the ground there. Breathe those breaths into the front of the hips and the sides. Do your best to stay present here. Just trace those inhales and exhales in and out through the nose. Begin to just blink your eyes open, take in the space that you're in, and start to heel toe your feet until they come all the way together. The ankles touch, knees touch, and very, very slowly, your whole breath in, start to open up the legs towards a butterfly or diamond shape. And we'll use our breath out to slowly draw them back together. Good. Inhale, open up the legs back to your diamond shape. And slowly as possible on your exhale, draw the knees back together. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bring them together. One more. Inhale. And exhale. So standing your feet onto the ground, we'll just float the legs so the knees stack over your hips. Keep squeezing the inline of your legs together and bring your hands on top of your knees. Bring a little bit of pressure and resistance there. So you start to feel your core wake up. Press your low back firmly into the ground. Make sure you're still breathing all the way down to the belly. Keep everything the same, but then splay your ankles apart away from each other. This is internal rotation into the hips. You might start feeling the outer hips really, really waking up here. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Just lower the feet to the ground, step them nice and wide on your mat, and let the knees fall side to side for a moment. Let everything relax, fall right off. Lift your knees back through center. Bring the feet about hip distance. And we'll cross our right ankle on top of left knee. Find that figure 4 shape. Pull the toes towards your shin. Press your right thigh further away just by using the muscles hugging to bone. Take 2 deep breaths. Either stay right where you are, or you can start floating the left foot towards you, bringing that shin closer to the body, either holding here without binding the hands, yet again, just using the muscles in your leg, or bring your hands behind the left knee, holding on in your eye of the needle. So this is the opposite of what we just felt. This is external rotation. We do practice this a lot more in our yoga practice and everyday life. One more breath. And lower the left foot to the ground. Keep that figure four shape in the legs just for a moment. So take your right hand, bring it to the knee, slide it down the shin towards the ankle. We're going to lift that foot up into a half happy baby. The left knee can fall away to the other side. Let's let this all go. Step the right foot back wide onto the mat and knees just fall again side to side. Let everything wash away. Good. Restack those knees on top of feet, about hip distance. Left ankle this time to cross, dorsiflexion into that ankle, press the left thigh away. Good, staying here, steady for 2 breaths. Feel that outer hip waking up. Stay rooted and grounded, or float the leg. Shin come closer to you. You can use the arms or not to bind. Last breath. And step the right foot back down, but with that figure 4 shape still. Left hand finds your knee. Slide down the shin towards the ankle or outer foot, lifting it up to your half happy baby as the right knee falls out in your counterbalance. Nice deep breaths. And let it go. Step that foot wide onto the mat as the knees fall side to side. Pull both your thighs into your chest, wrap your arms around, give yourself a squeeze. You can either rock and roll your way up to a seat or use your hands to get there. And when you do, just sit off towards your right hip to find a 90-90 shape in the legs. The right leg will be ahead, roughly a 90-degree angle there, and roughly a 90-degree angle in the back one. Now just look at your back knee, the left one, and shimmy yourself. Make sure that that left knee is supported onto your yoga mat. So there's some fabric or cushioning below it. Okay, we're going to walk our hands forward, keep most of the weight into the front leg and into your fingertips, keep the spine long. And we're going to focus on that left knee and ankle for a moment. Let's do external rotation first by lifting the left knee off the mat as much as you can go and bring it back down. Do that about 4 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale and exhale. We'll do the opposite now. So knee stays down, ankle lifts on the inhale. Exhale, lower. This is external rotation. 4 more. Inhale, lift the ankle. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. And exhale. Good. Okay. Now rest that back leg. Keep clawing the hands forwards to lengthen out the spine. We'll walk the hands towards the right side. Find a little spinal twist. You might even look over the right shoulder. Begin to walk all the way back forwards with the hands. Your left hand will also join back behind you into a ginormous windshield wiper open till you face the other side of your mat. It's most likely the back of your mat, maybe the side. Then just readjust yourself again so that now the right knee and ankle are resting onto your yoga mat. Okay, claw the hands forwards again, bring most of the weight into that front leg. And on our inhale, we'll lift the right knee up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last round. Inhale. And exhale. Going the other way. Knee rests down. Ankle lifts on the inhale. Internal rotation. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your ankle. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, lift and lower. Good, let that hip rest. Keep that length into the spine. Walk your hands towards the left side. Look all the way around to the left side over the shoulder. And take about 3 more deep breaths here. Good, we'll come out of the depths, so walk your fingertips a little bit closer to the front. Your right hand reaches back behind you. Ginormous windshield wiper with the legs until you face the front again. Okay, so let's just go back and forth between those 2 motions for a moment. So hands are roughly behind you, windshield wiper your legs until you're facing the other side. Just go back and forth. If you don't feel like you need your hands to keep the spine supported and long, palms can come in front of the chest as you go back and forth, maybe walking off your mat. And the next time you face front with that right leg out ahead, bring the palms to the ground and wiggle yourself to a tabletop position, hands and knees. All right, we'll just warm up the spine as we always do through some cat and cow. So inhale, let the belly drop down, shine the heart forwards, tailbone tips up. And exhale, press the mat away, round your spine. Inhale, stretch out the front of the body. Exhale, stretch out the back body. Move with your breath about 3 more times. And we'll meet in a neutral spine. Bring your big toes to touch and widen your knees slightly. We'll keep leaning into our left palm, so make sure it feels secure. Reach your right arm forward and up to the sky. As you exhale, bring it back behind you as your feet comes close to the heels. Good, we'll do nice big arm circles, 3 of them in total. So inhale, forwards and up. Exhale, back and down. Last one like this. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, this time, inhale, forwards and up. As you exhale, that hand's going to come and thread all the way underneath of you. The right arm below you, come to your shoulder and ear, rest it down. You could stay there, or the left hand can reach back behind you for the opposite hip. If the left hand moved, bring it back down to the ground. Take a breath in, reaching the right arm open to the sky. And exhale, come back to your table. Okay, lean into the right palm. Left arm reaches forward. Take a breath in, up to the sky. Exhale, reach back behind and below as your feet pulls back. 2 more full ones. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back and below. Last big circle into the shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Okay, inhale, forwards and up. Exhale to thread. Arm comes underneath. Bring the shoulder and ear to the ground. Stay there or use the right hand to wrap it all the way around, holding on to your opposite hip. Let everything unwind. Press the right palm into the ground. Take a breath in, stretching the left arm back up. Exhale to table. Okay, knees come back to hip distance. Tuck your toes under. We'll lift our feet up and back, downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment to adjust here. So plant the palms firmly, pedal through the legs. Into all the joints here, so right into the toes, ankles, knees, hips. Let your day just shake right off of you. Start to look forwards towards your hands. Take little steps up until they come to about hip distance, right under the hips. Then we'll hold on to opposite elbows for a moment as we dangle here. Little sway side to side. Let go of your elbows. Take a breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, float back down. And on this inhale, press through the feet, reach all the way to the sky. And exhale, let it go. We'll meet in mountain pose. Root down through those feet, reach the top of the head up to the ceiling. Stand with presence and purpose. Good. Feet just under the hips, bend your knees, sit back into an imaginary chair, and reach the arms by the ears. You're going to sit a little bit lower. And one more time, a little bit lower. Good. Fold forwards over the legs. Take a big breath in, walk your hands halfway up the legs, halfway rise. Exhale, touch the ground. We're going to step back to plank. Take a breath in and plank. And exhale, past your chaturanga. We'll lower all the way to the belly, untuck our toes. Roll your shoulder heads up and back. Take a breath in, lift small cobra. Exhale, roll down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Press our way back to child pose this first round. Give the hips a little wiggle. Really grip the ground with your palms. Rise back up to table. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. On your inhale at the heels, rise up, look way ahead. And exhale, step or hop close to the hands. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, roll back down. And inhale, bend your knees, sit back into your chair. Exhale, press to stand. Hands fall down beside you. Okay, inhale, sit back into your chair, arms to the sky. Sit a little lower. And a little lower. Good. Fold forwards over the legs. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, touch the ground. Step on back to plank. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, either lower back to the belly or bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, one small cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll take a breath in here, reach the right heel up and back behind you. Take a moment to open the hips to the side of the room and bend your knee. Pull your heel towards your seat, knee towards the ceiling. One more big breath in. And as you breathe out, step forward. It could be wide of the hands or right between. Okay. So in a lunge position, keep the left fingertips on the ground or find that yoga block below the left hand. We're going to reach the right arm open to the sky. Feel that chest expand. Root down to the bottom hand to rise up with the top one. Good. Really sharpen that back leg. Good. Your top hand will come back down. Square the shoulders to the mat. Feel that strength in both legs. We're going to rise to stand, high lunge, arms by the ears. Good. Let's twist the spine again, sending the left arm forwards, right arm to the back. Find that expansion through the heart space. Do your best to keep the hips facing forward. Good. We'll reach both arms back by the ears, look straight ahead, then open the other way, warrior two. So the back heel drops down, expand through both arms. Good. So this is our rooted down position. Nice, your gaze down, those right fingertips, right knee stacked over the ankle. On your inhale, let's sharpen both legs, straighten them, reach the arms to the ceiling, and imagine you're trying to pull the legs together. Then exhale, rebend the front knee, warrior two. Inhale, try to pull the legs together as they straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Two more like that. Inhale, light as a feather, stretch to the sky. Exhale, warrior two. Last one, moving like that. Good. Exhale, warrior two. Now we'll inhale, find that same movement. Straighten the leg, reach the arms to the sky. Loop the thumbs together for a moment. Start to reach the body forward, pull the hips back. And then we'll separate the hands for triangle. Right hand can come down, supported by a block, or nuzzle the back of your hand into your inner calf. Reach the left arm up to the sky. Take a look up as well. Nice optimistic gaze. One more breath. Reach for something up above you. Let it pull you back up to stand. Good. And bring your hands to waist. We're going to pivot our toes. So they face out onto an angle facing the long edge of the mat, heels in slightly. And then bend your knees, a goddess pose. Nice wide squat. And imagine you're trying to send the knees back behind you. Good. We'll bring our hands towards the inner thighs, lean way forward, scrunch the shoulders close to the ears, find a little bit of traction, opening up the hips. And then send one shoulder forwards at a time. Get that traction also into the spine here. Press into both legs, straighten them out. Send your toes ahead of the heels so they are parallel, and hands back to waist. A nice big breath in, reach the top of the head up. And as you breathe out, fold on forward. Crown of the head gets heavy, fingertips find the ground. Let yourself just dangle here for a moment, wiggle your jaw, wiggle your nose, wiggle your eyebrows. We'll walk our fingertips forwards. Find that length into the back of the body. Tense the hands under your shoulders. And as you're trying to pull and zipper up the legs together again towards the center line, we'll bend into the left knee for a side lunge. And then switch, bend into the right. Be really gentle with your body here. Go back and forth. And we'll meet again, 2 straight legs. Walk your hands towards the right foot and then reach a little bit further with the left hand. So really stretching out from the left hip to those fingertips. And we'll switch hands, walk all the way over towards the left side. Right hand stretches a little bit further. Walk your hands through center, then swivel around to face your right foot into a lunge. We're going to step that front foot back, downward facing dog. Optional flow, inhale forwards to plank. Exhale, chaturanga or lower. Inhale for your back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment, stretch that left leg back behind you. Open up the hips, bend the knee, pull the heel towards your seat, knee to the sky. Take a breath in. And your breath out, lunge that foot forwards, either wide or between your hands. Okay, tenting the hands under the shoulder, maybe find a block below the palm. Stretch the left arm up towards the ceiling and look up at that hand. So that top hand comes back down, square the shoulders, press into both legs, come up high lunge, arms by the ears. Okay, root down through the feet, keep the hips facing forwards as the right arm goes ahead, left arm back behind you, expand through the chest, look to the left or your left thumb behind you. Good, look straight ahead, arms come back by the ears, and expand, open warrior 2. Good, so find a moment here, feel the shape, nice fierce gaze again, down the left fingertips. Find that engagement between the legs, really straighten them, take a breath in, reach the arms up. Good, and exhale back to warrior 2. Inhale, pull the legs together, reach the arms up. Exhale, warrior 2. 2 more, moving with breath. Inhale. And exhale. Last one like this. Inhale. And exhale. Good. So 1 breath in, straighten the legs, reach the arms up, loop the thumbs together. As long as you can on both sides, start to lean forwards with the torso, pull the hips back behind you. Then let the arms go north and south to your triangle pose. Optionally use the block with the bottom hand. Look up at the top one, expand through the chest. Think optimistic things, gazing up. Reach up with the top hand, let it pull you up to stand. Hands to waist and face that long edge of the mat, toes out, heels in. Bend your knees, nice wide squat here. And for this round, let's just place the hands over the heart, gentle little bounces. Good, straighten the legs out, hands find your waist again, toes ahead of the heels. Take a breath in, reaching the spine up, and exhale, fold. Heavy head, heavy hands. Feel free to just ragdoll it out or walk the fingertips a little further back using your grippy mat. Let's go deeper into the hamstrings. Now walk your fingertips forwards, tensing them under the shoulders. You could even use that block there as a little support. And we'll come into those side lunges, then into the right knee, and then the left. Move back and forth the whole time, trying to scrunch up your yoga mat into the center. Find two straight legs. Walk your hands towards the left side. Reach the right hand a little bit further. Move through center towards the right foot. Left arm stretches a little further. Walk through center, swivel around to face your left foot into a lunge, and step back, downward facing dog. Optional flow for you. Inhale forwards to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up dog or small cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, let the heels rise tall, look forward. Exhale, travel to meet the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back down. Rising to stand. Inhale. Exhale, mountain pose. Take a moment here, find that purpose and presence again in the stance. Heavy feet, tall spine. Reset for a moment with a few deep breaths. When you're ready, feet hip distance, bend your knees, sit back into your chair. A little lower and a little lower. Good. Fold forward. Take a breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, touch the ground and step back to plank. Take a breath in, press the mat away. Exhale, chaturanga or to the belly. Inhale, heart opener of your choice. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, reach the right heel up and back, open the hip for a moment and bend the knee. Inhale here. Exhale, a big lunge forwards. Now this time, if you do have a yoga block, just bring it to its highest height on the inside of your front foot, left palm to it, and we'll reach the right arm open to the sky. Make sure you feel really secure in the feet, expansive through the chest, reaching up with the right hand. I'm going to reach up so much that it pulls us straight up to that standing twisted lunge, right arm back behind you, left arm to the front of the room. Take a breath in, reach both arms by the ears as you look straight ahead. Exhale, expand, open, warrior two. Okay. Now on our in breath this time, we're going to straighten our front leg, bend your left knee, make sure it's going forwards in line with the toes, rock onto the heel. So this is Skandasana, like a side lunge, but different orientation with the hip. Good. And our exhale will come back to warrior two. Same feeling of pulling the legs together. So inhale, straighten the front leg, rock onto the heel, bend your left knee, hands in front of the heart. Exhale, warrior two. Keep the inner legs active. Inhale, Skandasana. Exhale, warrior two. Two more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, warrior two. Good. Land this one, let it settle. We'll come forwards for extended side angle, so front forearm to thigh, or use that yoga prop on the inner leg or inner ankle. Left arm by the ear, get as long as you can to that whole left side body. Roll the shoulder open, find a little twist into the heart. Good. Reverse this shape for a big breath in, just wind up the body. And use your exhale to cartwheel the hands down, frame your front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa, inhale forwards to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or other. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let it go, deep sighs out the mouth. Make some space. Inhale, left leg rises, open the hip, bend the knee. And big exhale, lunging forwards between or wide of your hands. Find your prop, highest height on the inside. That's the front foot, right palm to it. Left arm opens you up to your twist. So root down through the feet here. It might even help widening the feet a little bit. Reach up with the left hand. Get a little lighter on your bottom hand. Let it pull you up and back to your standing twisted lunge. Steady the feet. Decide where you want to gaze. Next, in breath, arms by the ears, look straight ahead. Out breath, open up, warrior two. Okay. As you breathe in, we're going to Skandasana. So straighten the front leg, rock into the heel as you bend your right knee. Hands in front of the heart. Good. Exhale, warrior two. Inner legs active. Inhale, Skandasana. Exhale, warrior two. About three more of those. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. If my counting is correct, we got one to go. Inhale. And exhale. Really land it. Warrior two. Nice exhale pose. Lean way forward. Your variation of extended side angle. Forearm on thigh or hand to block. Right arm stretches by the ear. Find that nice juicy rotation open of the chest, looking upwards. Take one breath in to wind it up. Reverse your warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa, inhale forwards to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big sighs, let them go. Take a breath in, let the heels rise, look forward. Exhale, stepping or springing to the hands. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, float down. Come all the way upright, reach for the sky. Exhale, mountain pose, let it go. Stand tall, stand strong. All right. Stay heavy into your right foot. Bring your hands to waist. Light onto the left toes. You're going to lift that foot up and play hacky sack. So have the knee go out, ankle go in, then go the other way. Knee in, ankle out. Go back and forth. Good. And then get a little bouncy with a standing leg and do figure 8 with the knee. That same internal, external rotation we've been practicing, adding a little balance into it here. And then come to any variation of your tree. So knee out, stick the foot anywhere on that inseam. It could be at the ankle, it could be around the knee or higher. Press the two together and bring the hands in front of the heart. Lift the top of the head up to the sky. So everything's pressing in, the palms pressing in, foot pressing in, heart open, hips open. Good. Now feel free to stay here or bring your hands to waist. Unstick the foot from your leg and sling it into a figure 4 shape in front of your thigh. Slowly, slowly bend your standing leg. Send your seat back, and you can hold on one hand to the knee, the other sole of the foot. Good. Keep that ankle and dorsiflexion, so pulling the toes back. 2 more breaths balancing. Good. Press into the standing leg, lift all the way back up. Ooh, find 2 feet on the ground again. Give yourself a little sway, anything you need. Okay, we'll get heavy into the left foot. Sway the weight there. Light into the right toe. Start with hands to waist. Float your right foot. Then come back to hacky sack. Knee out, ankle in, and switch. Back and forth. Get bouncy with the standing leg. Figure 8. Really challenging those arches of the feet, holding you there. You can slow this motion down, thinking about tree pose, where you want to place that foot. That's the inseam. You could pull it all the way up or down by the ankle. And press the palms together as well. So everything pressing to the midline. Reach the spine up. Fantastic. Good. Now you can stay where you are, or we're heading for that standing figure 4 shape, unsticking the foot, crossing it in front, and slowly bending your knee. Hold on to the foot and knee. Send your seat back, head forward, spine stays long. Balance here, 1 more breath. Good. Press into the standing leg, find 2 feet onto the ground. Little sway again. Let it go. All right. Once again, we'll face the front of our mat. Feet hip distance, bend your knees, sit back into your chair. Sit a little bit lower and a little lower. Fold forwards over your legs. Take a breath in, halfway rise. Bring the fingertips to the ground. Just step your left foot back behind you to a lunge. Make it a nice wide and long line. So wiggle the heel back, lower the knee down, then bring the hands to the inside of your front foot and wiggle that foot as wide as the mat as well. So we're down into a lizard lunge. You've got a yoga block here as well. You could bring it under the forearms. And also, if you have a sensitive knee, just double up your mat by folding it in half to give it a little bit more padding. Start here, the whole front foot onto the ground, hugging the inner thigh towards your side of the body. We've got about 3 more breaths in this sort of orientation. Come out of the depth that you were in. Step your left hand higher and wider than your shoulder. Let the right toes pivot out onto an angle. Right hand can come to the inner thigh. Roll the shoulder open You could even roll to the blade edge of your front foot. Let the knee fall even further away. Okay, look back towards the ground, bring both palms under your shoulders. We're gonna swing your right knee all the way out to the side as you lower to the belly. So we're coming to this shape where it looks like half frog. The right thigh is out to the side. Bring the palms just under your forehead for a moment. Let the body relax. Take your right hand under the shoulder, lift the chest up enough. You can thread the left arm back underneath the body. Roll to the left side of the body as the right arm stretches back behind and anchors you into a twist. And make sure you find a comfortable angle for that arm to rest. A little closer to the feet will be less deep into the shoulder. Make sure the head is supported onto the ground. Breathe freely here a few times. Start to roll back to the belly. Plant the right palm to unthread the arm. Send the right toes back behind you and bring yourself into child's pose, hips to heels. Give the feet a little wiggle side to side. Rise up to table. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Start to look forwards. We'll tiptoe the feet up. So you're in a forward fold. Just dangle for a moment, side to side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, touch the ground. Step your right leg all the way back. Wiggle the toes back even further. Bring your hands to the inside of the front foot. Knee can lower. Maybe you double up the yoga mat again and heel toe your left foot nice and wide as well. So toes are ahead of the heel for this first about 5 breaths. You can lower down onto the forearms or onto your yoga block here, hugging the inner thigh towards you. Come back up out of the depth. Feel your palms onto the ground. Move your prop out of the way. Right hand's a little higher and wider than the shoulder. Left toes pivot out onto that angle. Come into your twist. Left hand to inner knee. Knee can fall away and you can roll to the outer edge of your foot if you please. Unwind both palms to the ground. We're going to slide back to that belly. So lift the knee. Left knee goes out to the side as you lower down. The inner thigh finds the ground. We'll start with palms under the forehead. This is the body gets used to the shape and relax. Notice your belly breath into the ground. If your mind is staying present or wandering off. Bring your left hand under the shoulder, lift the chest up enough. You can thread the right arm underneath. Come to the right side of the body. Start to reach back with the left arm to anchor you open into your twist as you gaze upward. Find a comfortable angle again and take a few breaths here. Unravel the body, left arm comes back across. Bring the right arm back to its own side, left leg back behind you. Think about yourself like a spatula. We're just gonna roll over, flip yourself on the griddle, and lie into your back. So you may just be facing the opposite end that we would normally end class, and that's okay. Bring your knees back into a bend, stack the feet right under them, palms down by your side. Press into the heels. Lift the hips nice and tall towards the bridge. If you'd like to go deeper, roll the shoulders closer together, clasp the palms, root down through the heels. Use your glutes as the motor to lift the hips higher. Breathe and watch that belly flow up and down. Kind of stretch out your hip flexors on the top of those hips. One more breath lifted here. Let everything unravel, make space for the hips to lower, and just let the knees fall from side to side for a moment. Let any tension in fall away. Let it roll right off. Good. Lift the knees through center. Draw your thighs in your chest. Wrap your arms around. Give the feet a little wiggle. We're going to come into a full happy baby here. So knees separate, hands come to the inside, reaching for outer ankles or outer feet. And widen your stance a little bit with the elbows if you'd like. Gentle rock side to side. Good. Release the shape. Knees can come back in the chest for a little rock. And let's head towards our final resting shape. Could look like Shavasana, legs extended out. Could come back to constructive rest, how we began, or even a reclined cobbler pose. You just decide what your body's asking for today. That same little check-in, wiggle the back of the skull back, shoulders onto the ground, wiggle the hips, make sure they're comfortable. Let your breath flow freely and the eyelids be heavy. Invite a deep breath in and let it go. Then slowly get lifted back to the surface. Any small and flowing movements in your hands and feet. Reach your arms overhead, point your toes far away. And slowly give yourself some time to rise up. We will meet in a seat. Thank you so much for showing up, being here, hanging out today for some movement and breath. And I look forward to doing it again soon. Have a wonderful week.